What's up, super players? It's the homie C-Rod, and today we're gonna be building the deck of the one demon of the multi-universe. Who would that be? If you guys don't know, it is Demigra. Yup, this Demigra is a monster. Not only does he turn into a beast lizard thing when he is awakened and pretty much defies the universe laws, man, this guy makes his own laws, even in real life in the card game. Let's go into what he does. So when this card attacks a leader card, you place the top 3 cards from the top of your deck in the drop area, and if they're all black, you draw a card. So what does that mean? That means this is the first installment of a mono black deck in the Super Players channel. So make sure you hit a like and a subscribe if you really like this deck and this video. So that's what he does, and that's the beauty of this leader, because since you're gonna be milling the top 3 and drawing a card, you have not only draw power, you have overround potential. And when you awaken with this guy, when you're at 4 or less, you untap 2 of your energies, which is very useful nowadays, and he gets the ability of the big demon looking monster, which is called Wormhole. What is Wormhole? Pretty much is a rule defying effect that says, you know what, you can only overround once per turn in Dragon Ball Super card game. Demigra says, nah, screw that, man. I get to overround twice per turn, including the new overround mechanic called Dark Overround, which requires you to overround just pure black cards in order to meet the requirements to do that Dark Overround. So that's what he does, and obviously you're in control of the milling 3 now, because now you can activate it when you want to activate it and you draw a card. So that's Demigra. Beautiful, beautiful leader. And let's move on to the black cards. This is the first mono deck we're going to be building, so it's going to be intense, man. This is universe defying right here. Time's Judgment. We need a negate. Every deck, in my opinion, needs a negate. So we're going to be adding 4 of these negates. Not only can you negate an attack, you place 2 cards from the top from your hand in the drop area, giving you overround potential, and you get to pretty much get this card back to your hand. It's an infinite loop. Negate depending on how many energies you got and how many cards in your hand you have, of course. So we have 4 of these, 4 negates. Time Control Konoha, she allows you to draw a card, and on top of that, an extra effect of pretty much killing Shigesh. You shotgun Shigesh in the face and you tell him, goodbye, sir. We're gonna have 4 of these just in case we play against those Shigesh lovers. And then we got Patine in Demigra's Thrall, man. This card is a blocker. Blockers are what survive the Mastered Ultra Instant Victory Strike. So this card can save your ass. So I'm gonna definitely keep this card. We're gonna keep 4 of these, and because of the fact that when your leader is Demigra, which it is, you place the top 2 cards from the top of your deck in the drop area, allowing you to overround 5 and give you 5 cards in the warp turn 1 if you really need it. So we're gonna be adding 4 of these because, man, blockers nowadays are so useful. And then Seasoning Arrow. This is one of my favorite extra cards that are specific to certain leaders, because you need Demigra as a leader, but when you attack, you activate it during the main, it gains 10k power for the duration of the battle, so he gets a buff. And this is the sickest part. If it is your turn and you're using this combo card, extra card, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and sends it to the warp. This card pretty much attacks, boosts, and makes your opponent warp one of their cards away. Controlling the hand is what this deck is predominantly based around when I made it. So we're going to be adding 4 of these. Beautiful, beautiful extra card. One of my favorite for sure. And then the super combo, like I said, since we have that blocker that allows us to mill 2, the leader mills 3, we're going to be able to overround 5 turn 1 guaranteed most of the time. So this super combo is active as soon as you have 5 cards in the warp, allowing you to super combo turn 1 if you need to. So this is very ideal. We need 4 of these, man. 10k boost draw, very useful. And then Fridge Blast Patine, man. This beautiful lady right here works very good with Demigra. Since our leader is Demigra, we're going to be running this card. And it's Dark Overround. So Dark Overround requires you to have mono black cards in the drop in order to activate it. So you need at least 3 black cards in the drop area, allowing you to play her. And when you play her, you get to search any Demigra that's 4 cost or less from your deck, and she pretty much makes the Demigra plays more viable. So we're going to be playing 3 of these, and she's very useful. And then what Demigra do you want to search out? This is probably the first Demigra you want to search out, because man, this card is sick. this card kills anything in the first 3 turns, because there is a downfall to this guy. If you have 3 or more energies, you can't use it, but what happens is when you combo with this card, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring the barrier effect, so this thing kills barrier as well, with 30k power or less, and you kill it. He's an instant kill anything for the first 3 turns, and since you're gonna search him out with Patine, you have a guaranteed kill anything for a free combo. And we're gonna be adding 2 of these because eventually it's gonna get past turn 3 with, you're gonna have more than 3 energies and he's gonna be kind of dead. So we're only needing 3 of these. And then Gravy, he allows us to overwhelm at a much effective pace, and since our leader has that wormhole effect, allowing you to overwhelm multiple times per turn, this card can be very useful. When you combo or play it, you get 2 cards from your warp, put them back into the drop, allowing you to overwhelm once again. And we're going to be adding 2 of these. And then Time Patrol Trunks, man, overwhelm 3, guarantee play after you attack with your leader. You pick up the top 2, get 1, and the other one, you get to do what you like to it. Put them at the top, put it at the bottom, whatever you like. Beautiful card. We need 4 of these. My guaranteed playmaking card of the deck. And then since we're going to be messing around with controlling your opponent's hand, we're going to be adding this card, because not only with your extra card where you get 1 card from your opponent's hand and send it to the warp, you could overwhelm, send another card from your opponent's hand and send it to the drop. So your opponent will lose 2 cards from their hand. Very useful card. We're going to be adding 2 of these for sure, man. Controlling the hand is what this deck is about. And then this leader kind of struggles with Self-Awakening, so that's why we're going to be adding Time Trauma Mass Saiyan. He is the Self-Awakening card, and this card will punish your opponent for stalling you out. You're going to eventually meet those people that love stalling you out, because they realize it's kind of easy to win if you stall out your opponent, and your opponent has no form of Self-Awakening. So this card not only picks up 2 cards in your life to your hand, you get to warp something on your opponent's side of the field that's 5 costs or less. So we're adding 2 of these. Beautiful card. And then Time Choice Supreme Kai of Time. Since our leader allows us to overwhelm twice per turn because of the wormhole effect, this card is one of those cards that will allow us to pretty much control what's in our deck and control the tempo of our deck. So Demigra isn't just milling random stuff, because you get to pick up the top 3 when you're overwhelmed, choose 1 battle card among them, add it to your hand, place the other cards at the bottom of the deck in any order you like. And we're going to be adding 2 of these because she's just so good, man. Anything that searches the deck, top 3, and add anything is good. And then this card, Trunks Power Overseeing Time, is a must in this deck, because since you're going to be overwhelming a lot of your stuff, you don't know what you're going to be dropping with the mirror effect or any of the cards that drop things from the top of your deck. So what if you overwhelm that 1 beast finishing card you really need? That's what this guy is in play for. Use 2 energies, you overwhelm 4 for it, so it's not even that cost heavy for the overwhelm. It's cost heavy for the energy though. And Double Strike stays Double Strike, and when you play this card, you choose any battle card in the warp, add it to your hand, and this card can search you any card you need at the moment late game. So we're going to be adding 2 of these because he's just a beast, one of the only cards that lets you search anything. And then we're adding Increasing Evil Mass Saiyan, because like I said, Demigra does struggle from Self-Awakening, and you know everybody loves leaving you at that 5 lives so then they could double strike crit and leave you at 3 lives, or just double strike you and leave you at 3 lives, because 3 lives suck, because there's so many cards with triple strike nowadays. So this card will pretty much help you Self-Awaken and leave you at that healthy 4, and you get to awaken yourself. So we're adding 2 of these, and you get to warp something, man. And then obviously you need Demigra in the deck to make it a Demigra deck. So we're going to be adding this Demigra. When you overwhelm 4, 1 energy required, you attack with this card, you get to warp one of your opponent's cards from their hand, but obviously your opponent chooses, which isn't the best thing, but they still lose a card in their hand. Combine this with a Mira after, beautiful effect. And we're going to be adding 2 of these, and since your leader allows you to overwhelm twice per turn when awakened, man, this is sick. And then more overwhelm. This one has Dark Overwhelm though, and it's 3 energies required, kind of heavy, but when this card attacks, same effect, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand, sends it to the warp. And oh, I forgot to mention with the other one, same thing with this one, applies to it too. If your opponent for some reason warped a battle card, you can combo with it, making it very, very sweet if it goes that route. And the beautiful part is that this guy is you don't need to have to been played with overwhelm to do the effect. If you play this card hard cast it, every time this card attacks, your opponent's gonna do the lose one card from their warp. So that's why this card's a little stronger. And we're gonna be adding 2 of these because we're gonna be playing them in very alternative different ways. And man, we gotta have Scientist Fu. Double strike, draws you 2 card, 1 energy, beautiful Fu. One of my favorite cards for Overwhelm for sure. And then obviously we need the Demigra, the Temporal Darkness Demigra, because Overwhelm 7 kind of heavy for Overwhelm, but if you manage to play them, use 4 energies, you get to get any battle card from your drop that's 4 cost or less, and you get to play it. So this card is just in case, very late game, if your opponent really stalled you out and you happen to mill your trauma, you milled your Mass Saiyan, you bring this guy out, and you can bring a card out, the Trauma Mass Saiyan, self-awaken yourself, awaken, untap 2 of your energies, and keep the plays going. And on top of that, now you got this big old heavy dude, and you self-awaken guaranteed because he gets that 1 warp card and plays it. So that's the only reason I'm adding this card, just in case it really gets to the point where you play against a guy that really likes to stall you out. And then last but not least, we're going to be playing the secret rare Beyond Darkness Demigra Ultimate. You can only have 1. Dark Overwhelm 7, all our cards are black, so it's gonna be pretty simple. And this is what this thing does. Check it out, guys. When this card attacks, your opponent reveals their entire hand. You get to get up to 4 of their cards that are battle cards, and you take them from them and you combo with them onto your side of the field, and he's triple strike. So good game unless a negate, but even then you saw their hand and you take away their battle cards, so it's still a win-win. And we're gonna be adding this guy for sure. So that's 50 cards. So let's view the deck just so you guys can see it. And that's gonna be the deck profile. Let me make it a little smaller for you guys. Oh, I'm making it bigger. Why is it going bigger? I'm trying to make it smaller. Alright, there you go. So that's gonna be the deck profile for you guys. Sorry if you guys can't see it. Let me see if I can make it a little smaller too. What the heck? Oh well, that's the deck profile, guys. Hit a like button if you like this deck. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy our super content, and make sure you guys comment how you guys would make this deck. For me, it was kind of interesting. I just got all the best cards, and I try to make it hand control Overwhelm in this deck. I guarantee it's gonna kick butt. So that's gonna be it, and like we always say, y'all stay super.